3, and 4. And try to identify what's wrong with that feedback. Okay, when we look at the comment, you hope the student to read that or listen to your feedback. Okay, so don't discourage that. So we need to frame the negative response into something constructive. What you should do. For example, you should make more effort. You should make it more spirited. How to make it more constructive? Last line, I felt the end is incorrect spelling. This one is this irrelevant?
I think it's relevant, but the teachers can say it in a better way.
Now, yes, try to identify what is going on with this. Now, the student wrote an essay, okay, but not very well, okay, and he or she made a lot of spelling mistakes, okay. So, if you are the teacher, the main focus is to tell the student to pay attention on spelling. When you learn a new word, pay attention to the spelling. Because they need some effort trying to memorize in their own way. And also, the teacher will bear in mind that when they teach new words, they will emphasize about the spelling. It's also important. So I would like to start with give you some warm-up. Okay, you individually write about your experience, about feedback. The occasions you receive feedback from your teacher, okay? And you can think about your current experience in Hong Kong Island. Okay, so we take turn to say something about your experience in Hong Kong and you have received some feedback from your teacher. When you receive feedback from me?
Return the assignment.
Return the assignment. After group activities. Good. Okay. During consultation for assignment with this side. GPA is the feedback. Your GPA is a summary of the grades and also the grade points you achieve. Okay, good. You mentioned about GPA as your feedback, and some of your students said feedback about your assignment and feedbacks through the consultation with your teachers is also related to assignments. Okay, any other feedbacks? So last week you were in the school in your SA. So did you receive feedback? Yes. What kind of feedback? Verbal feedback. This is the forms of feedback, verbal feedback. So what, verbal feedback for suggestions for what activities? Oh, okay. General feedback as a whole for teaching. Okay, in your SA, good. SA related to your very preliminary experience about observing in the school. So you receive some feedback from your mentor about future and also the current situations in school about teaching and also how you prepare yourself. Some highlights, some advice. Any other feedbacks you receive from your course? Do you have an advisor? Personal tutor? Anyway, now what you mentioned about, can you think at the classroom level, inside classroom, more about the classroom instruction time? Do you receive feedback? Yes. So what kind of feedback and through what channels? Yes, exactly. Something happens very often during instruction inside classroom that is about questions and answers. Suppose that the teachers ask questions and students give the answers. And sometimes the answers could be wrong. So the job to do for teacher is to make corrections. Feedback is important as a learner. From the research, it tells us that teachers make thousands of feedbacks in a day in school. So you notice that feedback is one of the key domains you need to learn in your education courses. Basically, I think you receive feedback from your teacher, and you supposed to find that the feedback is to help you to learn and achieve more and with better results.